Hello everyone, this video is to show you how to change the spark plugs on the 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost engine from Ford. This is for a 2015 Taurus SHO. To start, I got to take the engine cover off. So we're going to have to remove the oil cap. My engine is a little warm right now. This is all just clipped on, so you could just tug on it and it'll come off. You may have to tug on it a little bit harder. When I first took it off, it was a little bit stuck on there, so I have to pull harder. But this is the engine bay. So as we can see here, there's our 3 spark plugs on this side, and the 3 other ones are back there. So I have to figure out a way to get these wires off in order to undo these screws right there and pull the spark plugs out. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to pull this off. The second thing we're going to do, just to get better access to be able to pull these off, is we're going to have to remove this piece right here. See this little clip over here? You just pull it to the side and this comes off like that. And same thing over here. We're going to pull this clip to the side and then this pulls off. Okay. Now, again, we're just trying to get access here. We need to make sure each part we take off where it goes back on. Okay, now to take the spark plug wire off, so there's this red clip right there. We're going to push it out. If you can't do it, try to use like a little small flathead. It comes off like that. And then this piece right here, we're going to push down and then we're going to pull it out. Push down on it like that, and it comes off like this. Now we're going to get some bolts and or whatever you call them, the bolt head, to unscrew this, and then this whole thing should. Okay, so now find one, just unscrew this all the way, and then once you open it up, you just kind of get to it with your fingers.
It comes off. Make sure it doesn't fall anywhere, because I'm going to have some hard time trying to pull it out. That's if you find it. Okay, so here we go. This is what it
Looks like there's a washer in there, so don't lose that. Okay, so now this whole thing just kind of pulls out. There we go. And this is what it looks like, and as you can see, the spark plug is right down there. Okay, so in order to get your spark plug out, I had to use like 2 extensions in order to reach all the way down there. And what actually happened, there are these specific tools for spark plugs, and it has this kind of sort of a rubber piece inside of this, so it can actually clamp or hold on to your spark plug when you pull it out. And as you can see here, there's a lot of threads, so you're going to be making quite a few turns, and just remember, you know, lefty loosey, righty tighty, so you're going to be turning to the left a lot. And then when I pulled it out, what happened was it came out and this got stuck in there, and it scared the hell out of me, so I used these long head pliers and I grabbed it and I pulled it out. So it works fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to replace this with a new one. And what I also noticed is that these spark plugs actually have the name Ford written on them, so these are OEM parts. But this one is actually, here, let me tell you the name of it on the box. And I googled it. It's Autolite, and it's a company that's also like Motorcraft, so they make genuine Ford parts. But I don't know, this one is actually made in Mexico and designed in the United States. Well, this one's actually made in Japan, but it has the Ford logo on it, as you can see. Just turn it over here. See, it says Ford on it, and somewhere here it'll say Japan right there. I don't know if we can show that. So that says Japan there, you could see it right there. Okay. Looking at this spark plug right there, there's a lot of carbon deposits, but generally it looks quite good. Usually the really bad ones, you'll try to smell it and it'll smell like gas. That's the idea here. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna, and there, if you could see inside that rubber piece that I was talking about, there it is. It's actually designed to hold the spark plug. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick the spark plug in there. Okay, there you go, it's flush. And then we're going to connect it to this. Sorry, I'm working with one hand. And I compared the gap of every spark plug, and it's very similar to the old one. And I looked into the manual for the Taurus SHO. And I think it said 0.3 inches or 0.075 millimeters to 0.085 millimeters, and these are 0.08 millimeters, which is the gap, which is the distance between the spark head and this metallic part right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it back in there. Okay, make sure this area is clean and be extra careful with this. There we go, and twist it. Make sure that the threads don't get caught in an odd way. Okay, so now I'm tugging on it and it seems like it clamped up. So now I'm going to screw it in all the way. You could just do the first part with your hand and then follow it up with the torque wrench. I haven't worked on cars or tools in a long time, so I forgot the name of most of these parts and tools, but I do remember torque wrench, so please excuse me for that. Okay, alrighty, so now I'm going to use the torque wrench. So now you can see that the spark plug is in there. We're going to put this part back in and line it up, push it in. Okay. And we're going to put the screw back on. And I'm going to tighten it up in a bit, and then we're going to put the clip back on. There, we hear the click, and then push the red part back in to lock it in. That's it. Now I'm going to tighten it down, and then we're good. So now, just to kind of make room for everything, you see I'm going to try to loosen this wire and take this plug off. So see this white piece right here? You could just grab it with a plier and pull it out. It's just a clip. Just there, pull it out. And for this plug right there, this one is a little bit different, so the way it comes off, you're just gonna have to, this black part right here needs to come up from the bottom because it's hanging onto this part right there. So we're just gonna, there, and then we're gonna pull the whole thing out. There we go. And as you can see here, they both came out pretty easily. You know, I just had to move these wires around. So everything's fine. I just have to use my tools to unscrew both spark plugs, get them out, replace them. And then you never know, maybe the ones that I'm going to take out right now are the ones that are damaged. Now, to get to the spark plugs in the back, this is a headache, I'll be honest with you. It took me about 15 minutes just to replace one in the back. I mean, this part is still hot, even though I drove the car like 2 hours ago. So that's why I have this piece of towel on it. So what I did first of all is removed this air hose that's right here. Again, you push this clamp right there and it comes off, and to put it back on you just squeeze it in. It's an air hose. It's connected to the actual intake manifold. This one was doable. Again, you take the red clip out, pull it out, do the screw, the one that looks like this, try to feel where it is, put your tool on it and it comes out, and then you pull that part out right there, and then put your tool in to remove the spark plug. So for the cylinder that's right here, in order for to get the spark plug out, just keep this air hose off. There is a tight plug or a clamp right there. If you can see, it's right on my finger. I tried so much to get it out, but I was able to squeeze it through. It's pretty tough. And there's another one. Oh no, what kind of went in? Another one right there. See it? That one right there. Once you take that one off, you can push it off a little bit, and then you can expose the spark plug head. Now I'm taking off the screw right there. But this one's gonna be doable. Once I get this one done, I'll have one more, which is the one over there. I don't know how I'm gonna get that one out. I have to still figure it out, because it seems like this air hose is right above it. Okay, now to get access to the last spark plug, we have to move this aside so we'll be able to pull it out. So pretty much this was connected here. Loosen this, pull this out, use a plier, unclamp this part right here, which is connected right there, unclamp this, and then undo the screw, and you'll be able to take this out, and this will be freely movable. You're gonna have to move it all the way this way. I might end up pulling this one out in order to push it all the way to get access to the spark plug, and that should do it.